Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Enjin, and just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but I'm going to summarize it for you just for time's sake. We're right at about 49,000, kind of just consolidating sideways in the last 24 hours, been kind of a whole lot of nothing, but we had a really strong 6% increase yesterday, which kind of pushed I guess a little bit of hope into the market. The fear, uncertainty, and doubt is a little bit less, and we're now making higher highs and higher lows. So Bitcoin's in good shape in that sense. If we can break 50,000 or 52,300, a key level resistance on the Fibonacci retracement, we'll be in really good shape. Now for Enjin, just before we jump into that, I want you to know I'm not a financial advisor, right? So if you're new to the channel, love teaching people how to trade, consider joining my trading community where I actually share every single trade that I take as signals, but also have a trading academy that I am actually releasing next month, kind of a start to finish, how to become a better trader every step of the way. Okay, so check that out in your own time. And really quick here though, with Enjin, just to note, I want you to understand this, that we're in pretty good shape. In other words, the price is kind of getting rejected, so to speak, or consolidating rather more so, because it passed that point at 261. So if you see here, major Fibonacci retracement level, the price is kind of coming back down to rest at 260. This is actually a very good sign. Furthermore, as well, we are above the 200-day set moving average. We have been for some time, and we're going to see what happens with the 200 and the 50 soon. I'm not too super concerned with those though right now, honestly. That's not a big major concern. What is a concern is getting past 50 on the RSI, making sure we have that as a nice, healthy support level moving forward, because that would essentially tell us that we're officially, bullish instead of bearish, because we've literally had, almost about a full month's worth of bearish continuation or divergence from Enjin since it had to come back down. And obviously, the 4th of December was a very difficult day. We couldn't bounce back from that, right? Hardly anybody did. Most of us saw about a 25% decrease in our altcoins alone. But also note too, we got a nice MACD convergence on the 1-day chart. This is a good sign for a big picture turnaround. In other words, if you were like a long-term holder of Enjin, you would probably want to consider taking entry based on this metric alone, because the 1-day chart is helpful to have a MACD convergence. I prefer the 4-hour, obviously, just for quicker moving time frames, but this being a slower moving average, if you're kind of more of a long-term holder, you would probably want to consider taking entry based on that, telling us that the momentum is very much shifting from bearish to bullish. We're not officially over 50 on the RSI yet, but having that MACD convergence is essentially the same thing. It's just that 50 on the RSI is kind of a key level resistance, which we can see right here reflecting of 260. So all in all, if we can get this 1-day candlestick close above 260, we'll be in probably pretty good shape. I think we're trending towards that. We've got about 5 hours left in this trading cycle, so we're probably okay. Anyways, looking at this here. Oh, yeah, this is basically what I was talking about. So if you see here, the price came up, came back down, and hopefully testing right here at 260 and going to continue upwards. That'd give us the higher highs and higher lows that we're looking for. Right now, we are having higher highs presently, which is a great sign. We're also over the 50-day 7-moving average, and traditionally, you'll see the 50 work its way up, 200 work its way down, and see a golden cross eventually. Okay, so that's kind of inevitable. We have a lot of golden crosses in our future with most altcoins right now, based on the way that they've been just beaten down for the last 5 to 6 weeks in a row. Okay, so all good things there in that sense. What I like to see here also, let's go ahead and double check with TD sequential. We are a bit on the overextended side. We can see we came down to a 6, got a reset, and we're up to a 9 plus 3. So I think we will get that reset here in the next 8 hours based on the fact that the price is consolidating closer to support at 260. So we just literally get another 4 to 8 hours worth of, I just say consolidation right at 260. That'd be an awesome situation for the price to leg up again from there. Okay, so all good stuff there. I think Enjin's looking very good. I don't really see anything that's bearish at all. We're just a little on the overextended side in the 4-hour. So we'll see what the 1-hour looks like too, because it's pretty common for the 1-hour to be overextended as well when we see that kind of continuation. Quickly to touch on this here, first of all though, we are at a healthy place for the Ichimoku cloud. So the cloud's pretty much telling us that we're in good shape to go ahead and see an open position, for lack of better terms. In other words, we don't need to try to close our position just yet. We've got probably 12 hours before we need to maybe consider doing so. And when I say close out your position, I'm talking about, short-term day trade or swing trade, right? If you are kind of just like, a traditional swing trader or long-term holder, don't even worry about this. This doesn't matter. You're going to go ahead and ride those out. But for lack of better terms right now, the cloud is basically telling us that we don't have any reason to want to close our position just yet as a short-term hold, okay? Now, let's go ahead and quickly look at TD sequential. We'll wrap this up here. We hit a 9, got a nice consolidation state. This is perfect. So we need to see a little bit more consolidation here, and we can probably see our next leg up from here. All in all, Enjin in very good shape, so consider adding to your position at 260, because honestly, that's a very good place to consider adding. And to touch on positions too, as a trading community here, because again, I send out signals for every single trade that I take, we also have swing trades that we offer as well. So as our swing trades, we got in about 236, and the price is now at about 262. So if we look at that, that's roughly around about a 13%. So we're up about 13% as a community right now, but our goal is right here at 340. So we're shooting for 340, which is just below the major Fibonacci retracement level. So keep that in mind. If you're going to set profit targets, set them just below major Fibonacci retracement levels or major support levels, because you're more likely to get filled if you have a position that you want to close just before that. Because oftentimes people will get greedy, or just say the industry leaders, they're going to set their profit targets at those exact Fibonacci retracement levels. So why not just undercut them a little bit? Heaven forbid the price comes up past that and retraces, you still get filled. Okay, so it's awesome situation to kind of consider doing that, but we're probably going to see about a 40% gain here in the next few weeks. Now, my speculation for Enjin, if it can break free from this, just say key level resistance, bounce off at 260 and continue to progress upwards, if we get just even a hint of just say 50,000 or 52,300 from Bitcoin, Enjin will take off. It's poised, ready to go. A lot of these gaming coins are on target and ready to rock and roll. So, this one, obviously, it's in that same realm, if you will. In other words, we're going to see Enjin take off here in the near future, and that's just my personal opinion based on its history, but also the way that it's kind of shaping up here as well. It has good fundamentals, and I do think that we're going to see 340 at the very least in the fairly immediate future. And what I mean by that is probably the next week or two as a realistic estimate here for Enjin. Now, big picture, are we going to see 486 again? I get that question a lot, and I do think that we will see that. Yeah, it's going to be a little while. I would say maybe a month or two before we see that, because yes, Enjin does have a good history of increasing, but you got to understand it came up and came up pretty hard. It's fallen down very fast, and the harder something falls, the less likely it is to just bounce right back. Okay, it's just kind of the natural law of trading. So that sentiment alone, again, I'm more conservative. I would say within the next couple months, we'll probably see the all-time high from Enjin. But in the immediate future, I do think that 340 would be very realistic, probably within the next week or two. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Set your alerts, set your alarms. Feel free to add to your position right now, because I do comfortably think that we're getting close to some really awesome stuff here from Enjin. So I'm bullish on Enjin. I hope that you found benefit here today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're not currently a member, of course, my trading academy, or my trading community rather, I'll have that trading academy rolled out next month. So be sure to check that out in your own time. Thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.